Hey, so I guess the biggest thing I want to talk about right now is the idea of identifying with transsexual versus, for instance, girl or boy. Well, first of all, I stopped going to the meetings that I used to go to, and it wasn't that, I didn't necessarily like being around those types of people that are also going through the same thing as me. It's just it sort of kept making me think, like kept recycling these things in my head that I'm transsexual. It kept strengthening my identity as transsexual, and I kept thinking about it, and I don't feel like a transsexual. I don't identify with the culture. I don't go to the clubs. I don't want people to think of me as transsexual. Like, it's not my goal. And I'm not saying it's bad if it's somebody's goal, but personally it's not my goal. I started identifying myself as female. Um, Legally I can't because of my physical body, and my birth certificate still says male, and it will until I get the final surgeries and everything. Um, but, I mean, hormonally now I'm officially female. Mentally I think I've always been female. Yeah, I mean, pretty much emotionally I'm female too. Literally, it's like, I'm getting close, but I'm still so far off because some of the most crucial stuff needs to be done yet before I can fully transition. But nonetheless, I don't really identify as transsexual anymore, even though I technically am. So yeah, other than that though, like I stopped going to this group and I sort of just grabbed onto the idea of seeing myself as female. Um, Solely female, not even transsexual, not like male to female. And I sort of just escaped for a while, for a couple months actually, probably since the last time I made a video. And it sort of just let me go. It released me, and it showed me that, I'm hanging out with friends, and I'm being young and stupid and social, and going out to eat, and shopping, and doing all these things I love, but only doing those things I love, you know? And there's still reminders here and there, like the treatments and other things that I have to sort of go through, but nothing that really continually reinforced that I was transsexual. But, when you're in a group surrounded by other people talking about how they were, 12 years old and they found that first dress or something like that, it sort of reinforces the identity. And, I mean, it's good to start that way, but I think for me, I'm almost a year, I'm actually 11 months into my hormonal transition. I think that, it was definitely more healthy for me to just do, and I hate using this word, but normal things. Just being a young 23-year-old girl. So, that's basically where I am right now. I've been working a lot, caught up in my job, which isn't bad. I like being busy, and I like doing it because I'm seeing a career out of it now, not just a way to pay bills and stuff, but I'm actually advancing and, seeing where it's going to take me. Like, I've been talking about getting my face done for a while, and it's definitely the next step. So I'll get some things minimized, a little bit reshaped. People have come up to me and assumed I was female, like completely. Other people have questioned, and couldn't decide which I was interesting. These are mostly at bars though, so you think intoxication and, dark atmosphere. Like, I gotta get used to, like, the whole position that females sort of hold in our society too. Like, since I was in college, and actually before then, since I was in high school, I used to sort of speak out and, read up on and constantly be involved in sort of gender politics and women's rights, and, I focused a lot of what I did in college on sort of representations of gender, because I knew I was going through this, and I always found it fascinating anyway. But now I'm sort of coming to terms with, like a lot of my friends, that I hang out with, they are very accepting of what I'm going through, and I sort of told them that I'm seeing myself more as female, and it's interesting because I'm feeling more like they're seeing me as female too. I mean, not just in the way that they would say anything. I mean, I'm not really too strict on he or she or, names, girl names or guy names. It's just like, you can call me a label, that doesn't really matter. It's more on how you treat me and more on how our interaction is. Unfortunately, I see myself a lot more passive now, and actually a lot, I would say, ignored. Two people are having a conversation, two men are having a conversation, and I'm sort of the person off to the side that, is holding one of their arms or something like that. So, it's unfortunate. I think it'll become a stereotype in that sense. The biggest process now is I gotta start learning to assimilate. I really gotta start taking time and learning to do a better voice, because this voice is this is a boy voice. And I got to, I gotta start getting ready to face what's gonna happen after I get the face surgeries, where, there's a very good possibility that I could be, relatively passable. And once again, I'm trying to identify as a female. I'm not trying to identify as trans, so I'm not trying to, it's not my intention to bring it out. I kind of want to, go stealth as soon as I can. I guess that's about it. So, thanks for watching. I always appreciate it anytime people leave me comments, or even how many people are still subscribing, even though, I hadn't made a video in a couple months. So, I appreciate it, and it always makes me smile. So,